Hello and welcome to another Aircode 429 tooling video. Today I'd like to do a tool review on Goaccess and spend a little time about the work they're doing and give a huge shout out to them. I have implemented their tool for access log analytics, which is a new feature of the website, and I find their tool to be super helpful, and I wanted to spend some time to talk about it because it's helped me out a lot, and I think that other people will find this super helpful if they're trying to look for an Apache log analyzer and want to gather some more analytics and statistics and graphics. So let's dive right in. The tool I'm talking about is Goaccess. It is an open source, real-time weblog analyzer, an interactive viewer that runs in the terminal and also exports the results to HTML, which then can be run in the browser. So I was looking for an Apache log analyzer and I came across Goaccess, and comparing them to some of the other people, I found their tool to be the easiest to implement and honestly one of the best. So I'm not going to dig too deep into the features or the installation process. Let me tell you, it isn't very hard. For me, it was maybe one or two commands in my dev environment on my Mac, and it only took a few minutes. So let's go to the command line and get started there. I've already installed Goaccess, so it has been added to my path. As you can see, when I hit Goaccess, it runs and will bring up a help menu. I have created a directory and brought in an Apache access log called Access Collector. It is a collection of 14 days worth of EC429 access logs that have been consolidated into one file. As you can see, this is just raw data from the access log, and if you're not familiar with it, this is what you get when you need to do log analysis. Obviously, you can grep and sort and unique your way through this file to try and get the data that you want, but honestly, unless you have some way of parsing this data and putting it into graphics, you're going to miss out on a lot of insights that you could gain otherwise. So Goaccess addresses this and is able to parse through this data, and I'll go ahead and show you what the tool does. So just running Goaccess and giving it a log file, hitting enter, you get a nice little prompt. You pick the log file, hit enter, it parses through the data very quickly and will output onto your terminal screen. Let me just get rid of this in the background. It'll output onto your terminal screen statistics related to the access logs that you fed it. So as you can see, we can get some quick numbers at the top. Then we'll get chunks of different trends and analytics that you can parse out from the log file. So one category is unique visitors per day. We can see the requested files, static requests, not found URLs, visitors, host names and IPs, operating systems, and much more. This is super helpful, obviously, going from the access log that we just saw to this. It's very cool, very slick, and shout out to those guys and girls. But I wanted to go through a couple more features. That's not all. There's a ton more you can do with the tool. One of them being taking what we just saw, parsing through the log file and putting it into an HTML format that can then be loaded by the browser. So I'd like to show you that as well. we can say Goaccess, log file, access log. Then I'm actually going to feed it the config file, which you can actually set up, and I'll show you that as well. So when it's installed, it'll go to the configuration file will get put into its own directory. For my environment in Mac, it's user local etc goaccess. If we look at the log file, you can see this is where you can make a lot of your settings. You can set up the time format, date format, so you can do a lot of different configurations, color. You can run this as a daemon, parsing options. So a ton of different settings can be configured in this file right here. So let's go ahead and feed this to the tool. So what we're doing is we're feeding it a log file, feeding it a configuration file, and then we want to output the results of its parsing into the directory that we're in and call it goaccess.html. Let's see, maybe it doesn't want output file, maybe it just wants output. Let me see, just output, okay. There it was, super quick, super easy. Let's check it out. Now we got the goaccess.html file right here. Let's fire up a quick server, web server. Okay, so now we spun up a Python server in this directory. Let's browse to that directory, make a request to that file. There it was. We asked for the goaccess.html file out of the directory that Python was serving, and voila, we have this very nice, super sleek dashboard that was output by the goaccess command. There's a bunch of different things that you can click on to change. I like bright. So as you can see, when it was last updated, the days that we're looking at, there's 14 days. Like I said, I combined the access logs. It gives you those quick dashboard outputs like you saw in the terminal, but it gives you those in the browser in that HTML file. And then you also get all of the statistics and analytics on screen via these nice graphics. And you can change those around. Say vertical, instead of 7 data items, you can do 5. If I click correctly. Yep, 5. So very, very quick, very easy. And I've gone ahead and implemented this tool and these statistics into the EC429 website for everyone to see. I think it's a really good tool for everyone to learn about how you can analyze access logs to determine different types of things. I went into a little bit of a detail here, but it helps you identify certain attackers, the attack vectors they're using, the resources they're going after, techniques, and a lot more. I won't cover it all in this video. This was just to talk about the tool itself and give a little bit of a tool review. If people want to go into a little more detail about what types of trends you can glean off of these statistics and graphics, I can definitely go through that, but just wanted to give a quick shout out and tour review to Goaccess. I think they've done a really good job, and this has made my life a ton more easier. Super easy to implement. It is very stable, runs great, and just provides so much more value to my website and some of the information that I can now get. So, as always, if you got questions, leave them in the comments below. Love for you to subscribe, and if you'd like to hear more about Goaccess or any of the features of the tool, or looking at some more analytics, or just going through any of that, leave comments or leave a message, and we'll see about making a video later. Other than that, signing out.